So, today we're going to dive into the three key tenses in English: present, past, and future. And we're going to do it by talking about something we all have an opinion on: the seasons. We'll look at how to talk about the fun things we're doing right now, the awesome memories we've already made, and all the cool plans we're looking forward to. Let's jump right in.
Okay, first things first, I've got a question for you. What's your favorite season? Go ahead, think about it. Got it? Good, because your answer is the perfect place for us to start our little trip through time, beginning right here in the present.
All right, let's start with the now. This is all about the present tense. You know, it's what we use to share our feelings, what we like, what we don't like. It's pretty much the foundation for any good conversation.
So yeah, this is the present tense, and it's absolutely perfect for sharing your opinions about the seasons. You can tell people what you love about them, or maybe which ones you could totally do without.
For instance, you could say something simple like, I like winter because I like skiing. See how that works? You state your preference, I like, and then you give your reason, because. It's super direct and lets everyone know exactly what you enjoy.
But what about the other way around? What if you're really not a fan of something? Well, you could say, I don't like summer at all because I hate the heat. Using don't like shows that negative feeling, and adding that little phrase at all just makes it way stronger.
Okay, so we've got the present down. Now let's hop in our time machine and rewind the clock. We're moving from the now to the then. This section is all about talking about things that are already over and done with. You know, the memories.
And this is where the past tense comes into play. This is the tense for telling stories, for sharing experiences that happened at a really specific time, like last weekend or last summer or even just yesterday.
You know, a really great way to get someone to share a story about the past is with this one simple question. What did you do last weekend? It's a fantastic conversation starter, for sure.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. To talk about the past, our verbs have to do a little time traveling too. They have to change. You can't just say I go or I build. Sometimes it's easy. You just add an ed, so rake becomes raked. But a lot of the time the word completely transforms. Go becomes went, and build becomes built. They're tricky.
So if someone asks what you did last weekend, you might say, I went backpacking. Notice not I go backpacking, but I went. That one little word change tells us the whole adventure is already finished.
Or check this one out. They built a sandcastle. Once again, that verb built immediately lets us know this fun activity is firmly in the past. That sandcastle is done, it's been built.
We've covered the now and the then. So what's left? The future, of course. Let's talk about how we make plans and talk about what's coming up next. Okay, so when we talk about our future plans, we often use a phrase like will probably. Why? Well, because life is unpredictable, right? Saying will probably makes your plans sound way more natural and realistic. It shows you've got an idea, but you're also aware that, things could change. And here's a super simple recipe for building these future sentences. It's just 3 parts. You start with the person, then you drop in our key phrase, will probably, and you finish it off with whatever the activity is. It's a really easy formula for talking about what's next. Let's see that formula in action. Andy will probably go surfing on his next vacation. See, we've got our person, Andy. We've got our phrase, will probably, and we've got our activity, go surfing. It's a perfect sentence about a future plan.
And this slide just lays it all out beautifully. Look at the difference. If we ask about the past, what did he do last winter? The answer is simple past tense. He went sledding. But for the future, what will he do next winter? The whole answer shifts. He'll probably go snowboarding. See that change? We go from an action that's already done to a plan that's likely to happen.
Okay, let's put all of this together now. To really see how these tenses work together in a real life cycle, let's follow the amazing journey of a very special traveler, the monarch butterfly.
We're going to start with a simple, unchanging fact, which is perfect for the present tense. Monarch butterflies don't like the cold. That's just a general truth about them, always.
And because of that fact, this happens every single year. So every winter, they fly south to Mexico. This is also the present tense, but we're using it to describe something that happens over and over again, like a habit.
And what are they like right now, in the present? Well, again, using the present tense, we can say they are graceful, colorful, and wonderful. This describes them as they are.
And what happens next? What is their future plan? In the spring, they will fly north again. And there it is, the future tense. We just completed their entire yearly journey using all 3 tenses. How cool is that?
So we've traveled from the now to the then and into the next. We've seen how verbs like to change and how to talk about our plans. Now it's almost your turn, but first, let's do a super quick recap.
Here it is, your little cheat sheet for talking about time. Just remember, use the present tense for your likes and dislikes by asking, what's your favorite? Use the past tense for things that are already done by asking, what did you do? And for your future plans, just ask, what will you do? Easy, right?
And that brings us to the final, most important question. I started by asking about your favorite season, but now I want you to look forward. Using everything we just covered, think about it. So, what will you do next season?